'cause you are unique and cool. From science to arts and all in between, at Dreamtime Learning, we make every scene a place for you to shine, where dreams come true. You are the star of the show, and we are cheering for you. Dreamtime, Dreamtime Learning. Dreamtime, Dreamtime Learning. So come along, join the fun. New ways of learning like never before. Dreamtime Learning, we are all a team. Learnings and adventures, and you are the dream. Dreamtime, Dreamtime Learning. Dreamtime, Dreamtime Learning. Dreamtime, Dreamtime Learning. Dreamtime, Dreamtime Learning.
Welcome back to another episode of our parenting webinar series. This is brought to you by Dreamtime Learning Online School. Founded by Ms. Leena Asher, Dreamtime Learning Online School has been at the forefront as the leading conscious learning online school in Asia. At the core of it is our parent and student community, spanning 40 countries and 25 plus nationalities across multiple time zones. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to thank our guest speaker, Ms. Pallavi Joshi Shah from Mumbai, for putting in relentless background work to make this workshop exciting
क्या कर रहे हो?
and informative. Learners for life, not just exams. Everyone's active participation throughout. Please use the comment box to post your comments or questions on Facebook. In our last session, we explored the neuroscience behind why teens and preteens behave the way they do, the emotions they experience, different parenting styles, and practical strategies to strengthen our relations with them. Today, we are going to build on that foundation through interactive activities, reflection, and an insightful discussion with Ms. Pallavi. So let's dive right in. It's my absolute pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Ms. Pallavi Joshi Shah, a highly respected special and remedial educator and arts-based therapy practitioner. Ms. Pallavi brings a wealth of experience in arts-based therapy, special education, and mental health advocacy, with a deep commitment to holistic development and well-being. As the co-founder of Milestone Meter, she has led impactful initiatives focused on social emotional development programs for young children, empowering both parents and educators. Joining us today from Juhu, Mumbai, really enriching. Please join me in giving her a warm welcome. All right, now to begin, we are going to do a quick role play activity to revisit the different parenting styles we discussed in our last session. Can we please move to the next slide? All right. So I'll be dividing you into small groups, and each group will be assigned a parenting style. Now, your task, this is very interesting, is to prepare a 2-minute skit where one person plays the role of a parent and another plays a child. Or you can decide the way you want to also present it. That's totally up to you. So you'll get only 5 minutes to plan this. And then once you're back to the main screen, you're going to present your skit to everyone as a quick recap. So let's get into our groups. I'm going to put you in the groups now.
Miss,
Yes,
I was not there last session, Miss.
no problem. So I will be visiting the breakout rooms. Do not worry.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so the breakout rooms are now open. Please join your breakout room, and I will be visiting the breakout rooms.
Where is Miss?
Yes, we are ready.
Miss, I'm ready.
You're ready.
One hour later. Move a thumbs up. Why nobody is talking? 16.
So, Miss Pallavi, we had a lot of exciting ideas while I visited the breakout rooms. They were coming up with lovely situations. And in fact, Mr. Hitesh had a partner who, unfortunately, I think she was getting disconnected. So, he's thought of some very good examples. And he also shared his personal belief on helicopter parenting, which he will share with us once we start talking about each type of parenting style. So, we just had neglectful, which I think the two people did not join. So, we'll do a quick recap of that. If you could just take them through that. But for the others, I think they're all ready to present. So we have 60 seconds left for them to join back, and once all of them are back, then we can start with the role play skits.
Yes, absolutely. Let's do that. Let's begin with the role play skits. And once that is done, then we move to the next activity.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, ready.
You're ready. I'm so happy to see that. Okay, we just wait for 1 minute more till everyone joins back, and then we will continue.
Recording in progress.
I think I'm going to ask Kevin and Bilal to go first. Are you okay, Kevin and Bilal, to go first?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay.
So y'all are first going to tell us the kind of parenting style, and then we should go ahead, or do y'all want us to guess the parenting style that y'all have got?
All right.
What do y'all prefer? Do y'all want us to guess, or are y'all going to tell us the name and then y'all are going to enact it?
Wait,
I'm gonna tell the
but
name.
Miss, can you spotlight us?
Of course, we will spotlight y'all.
Yeah.
You put any background, no?
No, she said she would send something.
Put anything.
We would.
Isn't random one, no?
I think we can start
No.
with the first one. Let's start
Sure.
with Kevin and Bilal.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2.
Ready.
Ready?
Can
Come
I
on,
have
let's
a
start.
3, 2, 1, go. Can I have a PS5?
This for walking simply. Kevin,
Bilal. What? What? We're done, no?
Kevin, you on mute. Then
Oh.
how can you talk? Miss, say
Oh,
something.
oh. Wait. Can I have a PS5?
It's so old for your age.
Please?
Fine. That's for 2 minutes. I'll buy you, but only if you get one holiday, you can only get only one time for 5 minutes.
Okay.
There you go. Your big PS5.
All right.
wow.
Thank you. So do you want the audience to guess and type the parenting style in the chat box? So Myra has raised her hand. Myra, do you want to try to answer, try to guess the parenting style?
Right. So there could be two.
Okay.
So like it could be the authoritarian or authoritative, but what I think is it's the yellow one because it's talking about focus on obedience, like how one of the students said that you have to like you can get chocolate or you can get this and that only for 5 minutes. It's very like you have to be very obedient and disciplined. So I think it's the authoritarian one.
So Kevin and Bilal, do you think she's right? Yes. Great job,
Yes.
Myra. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's move ahead with the next one. Who would like to go next? You can raise your digital hand, or we'll ask Kevin or Bilal to pick anyone. Well, let's do that actually. Myra, okay, Myra has raised her hand. Myra, you go next.
Right. So is my teammate okay with that? Purvashi, you okay with that?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay. So let's get started. Miss, would you be able to spotlight us as well?
Yes, we'll do that.
Myra, will you start?
Okay.
Sure. So
Start.
everybody, let's get started.
Myra.
Is everything okay?
Who are you talking
So
to?
I'm talking to you. So let's start. Let's start.
Okay, you're the parent.
Yeah.
Okay, start.
Okay. So hi, sweetheart. You came to me for something. You know I'm your bestie. You can talk to like anything and everything to me, right? And look at my beautiful hairstyle. Like everybody's gonna compliment me on TikTok for that. Like, see, my Instagram posts are just so amazing. But why are you here? The problem is that.
Mom, we have a bake sale at school tomorrow. They asked all the parents to bake something. I was thinking we could do cupcakes.
All right, sweetie, I know you're that old teamy little girl who loves to team up and everything, but what is we? You are gonna be doing it. You know, I'm that super chill person who does not like, want to work or anything. You know that, right? So you can do it on your own. I have no issues at all. If you need any help, of course, you can call like the uncle next door or the auntie next door, and they'll be helping you because I have such good terms.
But Mom, the uncle next door went golfing and the auntie next door is gardening. I wouldn't want to bother them.
But your mama is so like cool about everything, and you're so worried. Like that A-star student. I mean, come on, chillax a bit, enjoy life. It's just a baking sale. I mean, they do not say you have to actually really mandatorily bake. You can actually go there and eat and bring some for me as well. Okay, no,
But,
bye,
Mom,
sweetheart. No further words, bye, because like I'm going live with Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift. So
okay.
toodles. So
Oh
that
my
is the
God.
end.
Lovely. Can we all have a round of applause for the two of them? They were
was
so
fantastic.
amazing. I think, Miss Pallavi, do you want to say something? I think they just put it off across so well.
Fantastic, and I think one of the best showcases of how a parenting style looks like is what I can see right now. Thank you so much, both of y'all. Okay, can
It means a lot.
sorry?
It really means a lot. Thank you so much.
Can we quickly have should we ask everybody to figure out what it was?
So we had one response in the chat box that said permissive parenting.
Okay. What do y'all think?
So Myra and Purvanshi, what do you think? Is that the right answer?
So
yes,
yeah.
permissive.
Miss Chandni says uninvolved. Okay.
What do y'all think? What was it? Myra and Pranshi.
Right. So the parenting style that we have.
Talk now. I'll just remind.
So the parenting style that we had was like the permissive one, where the parent is super chill about where the parent is super chill about whatever is going on in the kid's life, which I feel sometimes is very good and sometimes also has a negative impact on the child, as we can see right now with like which happened with Purvishi as the child.
Okay.
So this is permissive.
So it was a combination actually of
What are you?
permissive and it also showed a lot of non-involvement from the parent side. So I would say it kind of tapered towards the uninvolved part of it.
True, absolutely.
Okay.
So
Can we move to the next one? Yes.
sorry, you guys are lagging for me a bit. So I was saying, yeah, that's absolutely true. And thank you so much for giving us the opportunity.
Most welcome.
Thank you.
Komal, can we move to the next one?
Mr. Hitesh, would you like to share your thoughts on what we discussed in the breakout room?
Slide. You can go back to the previous slide.
May I?
Yes,
Yes.
Mr. Hitesh, please. Yes.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I have want to say about the helicopter types of parenting. So breaking free from helicopter is this is the I believe could be the head title for this. And I want to ask one question.
Yes, sure. Please go ahead.
Constantly watching, ready to swoop down at the slightest disturbance. Now imagine that helicopter is a parent hovering over their child's every step, fixing every mistake, and shielding them from every challenge. That's helicopter parenting, and I have one simple reason why I don't want to be that parent, because my child deserves to grow, not just to be protected. My daughter is just 10, and
Right.
like every child, she will make mistakes.
Right.
So she may spill water on her homework, forget where she kept her school bags, or pick the wrong answer in the test. And you know what? That's absolutely okay, because mistakes aren't failures; they are stepping stones. So
Right.
imagine if every time she stumbled, I rushed to hold her before she even fell the fall. How would she ever learn to stand up on her own? How would she develop the courage to try again? I believe parenting is about guiding, not controlling.
Right.
So, like the roots of the tree, firm but unseen, allowing the branches to sway, stretch, and find their own path towards the sky. My role is to be there, not everywhere. Of course, I will always ensure my child is safe, but I will also let her explore. I will let her decide. Let her stumble. Let her figure things out. Because every wrong turn will teach her the right path.
Absolutely.
Every little failure will build her resilience. And one day she won't need me to tell her what to do. She will know it herself. So today I choose not to be a helicopter. Instead, I choose to be a parachute. Always there when she needed, but opening up only when absolutely necessary. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Hitesh, for your words. Yes, helicopter parenting typically doesn't mean that you uh, don't allow your child to explore their own opportunities or make their own mistakes. Uh, it is very important to make sure that you allow them to do that. And thank you so much for wording it out so clearly for us. Komal, I think we're left with
Yes, and yes. So Miss Chandni has a lot to share in the chat box, and I'm very excited for her to unmute and share her thoughts and also present next. Miss
this.
Chandni Patel, you're next.
Okay.
Sure,
And
sure.
I've been seeing her constant involvement in all the chats. Thank you so much for that conversation that you're having with everyone in the chat and, helping them understand these parenting styles better.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much. All right, so Harsh, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Shall I start?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Hey Harsh, I'm back from work. Where are you? Harsh, are you even listening?
Hmm.
Harsh, I'm talking to you. What are you doing? Harsh, can you please answer?
Mom, please don't disturb me. I'm playing my games.
Oh, I understand you're playing your games. I know you had a big day at school. But when I'm back from work, why don't you come and sit with me for some time? Let's have a chat. Or maybe let's go out for a snack. Does that sound good to you?
Yes, let's go. I won my game. Let me play one more match.
Okay, so now we can keep the phone aside and let's go out for a quick snack like a sandwich or maybe some milkshake. Yes, can we do that?
I'm not hungry. Let me play my game.
I understand you want to play games, but don't you think that, even I want to spend some time with you? And even if you keep on playing games so much, it is going to strain your eyes. Why don't we quickly move out and, explore the outdoors? Like, let's go for a drive. Let's listen to some Taylor Swift songs. Yes?
Hmm.
Shall we do that? Does it sound like a
Hmm.
good idea to you?
Okay.
Okay, let's go then.
All right. Great. Thank you. Uh, can we have answers?
Myra has raised her hand.
Yes, Myra.
So, what I like, am I supposed to type in the chat box or can I just answer also like verbally?
You can answer.
Okay, thank you. So I feel like it's authoritative because it creates a positive relationship, but also enforcing rules. So like you can see that Miss Chandni is talking about like how technology can strain your eyes, but also she's very polite and conveying it in a very positive attitude, which matches with the blue box. Thank you.
Okay. Is that right, Miss Chan?
Yes, it is. It is.
Right. Okay, great. Do we have one more group pending, Komal?
No, we don't. So let's move ahead with a quick recap of a few questions that we have prepared for you, and then we'll give it to Miss Pallavi to take it over and continue from there onwards. So this is a quick MCQ. I want you to type your answers as A, B, or
Sorry,
C in the
Anya.
chat box. So I'm going to read aloud the questions and their options, and then we'll check our answers after you guys have put your answers in the chat box. So at what age does the brain reach 85 to 90% of its adult size? Is it A, girls of 9 years and boys with 12 years of age? Okay, we already have Miss Deepika Goyal and Miss Dipti saying C, Miss Chani saying C. Okay. Option B is girls at 11 years and boys at 14 years. And C, girls at 13 years and boys at 16 years. So we're getting a mixed response here of B and C. Let's check the answer. It is B, girls at the age of 11 years. Myra's clapping. She's happy to know she's got the right answer. Okay, let's move to the next question. Which of the following best describes helicopter parenting? A, giving children full independence with little guidance. B, being overly involved in a child's life, constantly monitoring and making decisions for them. Or C, setting strict rules without considering the child's perspective. And of course, you got majority of the answers. I think we all know it. It is B. Can we move to the next question? Yes, it is B. All right. Why is authoritative parenting considered effective? So your options are A, it balances clear rules with warmth and open communication. B, I love how the answers are coming before I'm reading aloud the questions. Okay. B, it enforces strict discipline with no room for discussion. Okay, I think I don't need to read aloud the options because we already have majority of our options as our answers coming as A. Let's check the answer. Yes, it is A. Let's move to the next slide, please. It is A. Yes. Why do teens and preteens, this is very important for all the parents, especially who attended the last session. We did an activity around this. So why do teens and preteens experience intense emotions from a neuroscience perspective? We discussed this in detail. A, their prefront, okay, I'm getting answers again. So let's check our answers since everyone is typing A in the chat box. Yes, it is A. All right. Yay. Okay. So now, Miss Pallavi, over to you. Please take the session ahead with all your lovely expertise and information that you have for our parents today.
Thank you so much, Komal. And I am looking forward to further discussion. And I'm overwhelmed by seeing the responses that we are getting. It's amazing. So this particular topic that we are touching base with right now is also for the parents who had attended the last time, the last Saturday session. So I had kind of come across and told them about three things that they could start doing with their teens to develop the bond. The three, one was where, they start creating a ritual with their team. Number two is where they sit down every day and discuss an effective methodology as to how did they work around a particular emotion when they felt one. It could be during at their work time or at home. And the third was as to how did they navigate a situation logically. So I want to know if any of the parents that had attended last time had followed up with any of these three techniques that we had discussed the last time.
I'm going to ask Miss Chandni to unmute and share because I
Okay,
like
we do
her
have that.
involvement.
Yes,
Even in the
on.
previous session, she was quite involved in sharing her thoughts. Miss Chandni Patel, would you like to share your experience over the week that you had with respect to the
Sure.
last
So I
session that
have
you
been
attended?
using one of the techniques where I take my son for a drive every day. And we obviously first listen to Taylor Swift songs, like he's crazy for her. And apart from that, we do have meaningful conversations, where we talk about things like vacations, or maybe, what he wants to become when he's an adult, or maybe even discuss some business plans. Like he wants to, start his own online t-shirt business, like, wants to design his own designs on Canva and stuff like that. So yeah, so these drives are really helping me to open up with him more. Of course, we are at a very good level, me and him. But yes, using the techniques that we discussed last session has
Right.
helped me more.
Right, that's great. Great to hear that. Has your son also joined in with this session?
He's listening with me because he's just got up. It's a Saturday.
So I want to know your feedback. How do you think? Do you think this is helping you and mom?
Hello?
Yes. Is it helping you and mom? The drives that you're going
Of
and the
course.
y'all
Of
are
course.
y'all are sharing.
Because, like, when we talk, me and my mother bond. And see, my mom also wanted to get in, and I also wanted to get in the business. So we were thinking of this plan to
Okay.
merge a food truck and like a clothing store. Like I want to design clothes, she wants to design a. So like if they are done shopping at my store, they can like go to my mom's food truck. So we discuss such plans like this, and
Right.
I'm hoping in the future when I grow up that I can achieve these.
And we also discuss about the ticket prices for Taylor Swift concerts, isn't it?
Yes. And
Great.
after that, I just go up in the sunroof and enjoy.
Glad. So it is helping y'all develop your bonds. I would request y'all to continue doing that. We have Purvanshi typing something. Okay, cycling every day with my father. That's great. So is this a ritual that you have created with your dad? Purvanshi?
ना खाना एक्सपायर्ड की होगा बच्चे लोग हाँ थोड़ा सा
I think she's not. Purvanshi, can you hear us? Okay, no worries. We will move ahead. All right. So thank you for the feedback. Do we have any other feedback from anybody else who had joined in the last time and had started using any of the three strategies?
So last time I was not there, but
Okay.
this time when I got like the notification, I definitely joined because it seemed quite interesting. So last time I was not there, but this time I joined.
So maybe now what you could do is you could start implementing, maybe start creating a ritual with your parents and start doing that every day to create a bond?
We do have one ritual that we do every day at night is like we do a thank you God prayer that we've been doing since like I was 2 years old with her when I started speaking. So she taught me that and we do it together at the same time and we say God bless you to each other. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's great. All right, Komal, I think
That's
we can
great.
next slide. All right. So last time when we were having a discussion, we came across a very interesting topic. We were having a discussion where we realized that a lot of parents feel that there's a confusion whether they should actually be a parent to their child or should they be a friend. And a lot of them believe that they should be a friend. In that discussion, we came across and I put forward the point that it's important to be friendly to your child. Your child has friends, so let's not create that confusion for your child whether you should be a friend to your child or you should be a parent. You should definitely be a parent. And to just give more focus onto this, I just have a couple of things to discuss on this, and then maybe we can continue this as a conversation. So what happens is when you take your child and you become a parent for your child, or and you choose that, oh no, I want to be a friend, what happens is it creates blurred boundaries for your child, because then as a parent you want to prioritize the fact that you want your child to like you. And in that entire bargain of trying that your child starts liking you as a friend, we are not able to provide the right kind of guidance or the right kind of structure which they actually need. And this in the future, the blurred boundary, what happens is becomes very difficult, makes it very difficult for your child to start following authority. When they start going to work or when they are at college, it becomes very difficult for them to start adhering to rules or to respect hierarchy, right? So this, when we are trying to create or trying to be a friend to a child, you're giving them a lot of confusion, right? They are not able to understand whether I should be a friend to my parent as well. And if my parent is behaving in a certain way, this is not the way my friend behaves. The moment you're trying to enforce or the moment you're trying to discipline them, when they suddenly see this, they start feeling, oh, my friends don't behave like that. My mom wanted to be my parent, wanted to be my friend. Why is she enforcing certain rules on me? So that kind of creates a lot of confusion for your child. Another thing that happens is that as an adult or as a parent, when you want to befriend your child, you are tempted to avoid a lot of conflict. Uh, you don't want to discuss the difficult aspects of life. As a parent, you want to have everything very rosy because you want that your child comes and your child talks to you as a friend. And that kind of deflates the entire aspect of certain ground rules. It deflates certain actions which would not be okay for your child to portray, but starts portraying as well, right? Due to which they don't hold themselves accountable for their actions. They feel it is okay to talk in any manner. It is okay to do anything, because my parents don't expect me to do certain things. They don't expect me to have a certain way of talking, or they don't expect me to have a certain way of discipline, which again, later on, when they are growing up, even in their personal lives, they find it very difficult to manage finances or to have stable relationships because they don't know where they need to have a bifurcation, right? Which in their professional life leads them to stay behind when it comes to meeting deadlines, or when it comes to taking ownership of their work or responsibility of their work or their mistakes. So that is where the difficulty in maintaining discipline creeps in. Another point, it leads to a lot of unhealthy role reversal. Your child is in a confused state as to how do they need to interact with somebody who is at authority. Because not everybody in the world is going to be a friend. So if we don't have that bifurcation, they are confused. What kind of a role do you play for them? Which in return gives them a lot of they start lacking emotional resilience, because as a parent, we are not able to set certain baseline requirements, which when they actually have to meet certain requirements, they are not able to do that. And that kind of reduces their resilience power, which makes it very difficult for them to handle stress later on. Uh, I'm just going to go through certain comments before I move ahead. And then what I will do is, after we have that, I'm just going to club everything that we just spoke. Okay. I feel if a child is able to find their best friend in a parent is most wonderful thing. I had the same relation with my mom, and so do I have with my son. Okay, great. So if that is something that you believe has been working, I would like to understand that when you grew up, or when you were growing up, and if, of course, you, are a working parent, I would like to understand, how are you able to differentiate between understanding where an authoritative figure comes in, and along when a friend comes in? How were you able to have that kind of
Thank you
detachment?
for the question. So I was the one who had put the answer in the chat. This is Chandni.
Yes, I can.
So yeah. So okay, let me just reverse it. The understanding should not be with the parent over here. It should be with the child. The child should understand that yes, she is my mom, but she's also my friend. And they need to have a clear understanding that okay, mom does have rules because she's a parent. She has given me birth. She has taught me about life. She's the one who is guiding me for everything. So he knows the authority there itself. I don't need to teach him. Okay, a child would know. Now if I become a friend, if I go down to his level and I speak to him, like for example, I'll just give you a small example. If a child is very small, okay, and you are talking to them like standing as an adult, doesn't really work. You have to get down to their on your knees, look into their eyes, have an eye contact, and then talk. They will listen to you. They will not throw their toys. They will not cry for anything like an ice cream. They will listen to you. But there is a way of doing it, right? So the understanding is both the ways. It is a very beautiful relationship that you find a friend inside a parent. But yes, I do agree that it comes with some cons. But if the understanding is clear and you have a very I would say a clear picture of everything, and the parent is very intelligent to handle it, they will be able to take this forward in a very beautiful manner.
Right. So, Ms. Chandni, what the strategy that you're using is, you're being friendly with your child, and you are making sure that they understand the distinction. Here we are talking about whether you just need to be a friend. There's a vast difference in being a friend and being friendly. The approach that you are using is, you're being friendly, which, as I had said in my last conversation as well, yes, you need to be friendly, but you don't need to be a friend. Right. So what you are using in terms of an approach, and as you also mentioned, that there needs to be an understanding, which needs to be a two-way street. So there has to be a clarity from the parent's end. And how does the parent make that clarity? Because the child needs to be able to understand that, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly. So the parent needs to be able to make sure to be able to explain that child in a particular way, that yes, I am there for you, but you do need to respect certain authority, that you do need to make sure that if this is something which has been discussed by us, we try to follow it. Right. So the approach that is used by you is more about being friendly and trying to have a balance, which we call it as being as an authoritarian parenting, which is one of the most balanced style of parenting. When you just mentioned about the cons, of course, there are pros and cons in everything. But what we need to see is, if as a parent, you're able to deliver to your child the balance between the two, that is something that works beautifully, and which I believe you are following with your child.
Yes, exactly. And this is why I feel that a mix of authoritative and helicopter is the best way of doing it in today's world scenario. I would say helicopter. Why? Because what is happening around the world. We were discussing about the teen issues last session, right? and authoritative, because yes, we need to get down to their level and maybe at times even think, putting ourselves in their shoes, which is very important. So yeah,
Authoritative. Yes, that's
yeah, mix of authoritative and helicopter. Yeah.
authoritarian. Yes, not authoritative, but an authoritarian.
No, I'm saying the best way of doing parenting, like that's my opinion, which
Right.
is authoritative plus helicopter, like a mix of both.
So how do you think helicopter parenting helps when you're
Uh,
wanting to use?
so we were discussing about a lot of teen issues, which
Right.
I don't know if I should discuss now, but we were discussing about the bigger stuff, like the
Sure.
college stuff last time. So
Yes.
yeah, this is where the helicopter parenting would definitely be of use. Like especially the ones which are the absolute no zone.
Right. So a combination, yes, but not alone.
Yeah, exactly, a combination.
Yes, absolutely. And that is why, as I said, being friendly is important, not being a friend. They have enough friends to
Absolutely,
fall
yeah.
back on. Yes,
And
yes.
that is the reason I said the parent needs to be intelligent enough to handle that.
Absolutely. Thus, taking this conversation further, it's very important to understand when one wants to be a friend. Very, very important to understand the boundaries which can get blurred, and that could affect your child in the future. Because for you, maybe when I say you, I mean every parent. For you, maybe you think that you want to be a friend because you want your child to share everything with you. That's at a very nascent level. But when your child grows up, they need to be able to understand the differentiation between boundaries. As a child and as a parent, because you want to make the right decisions for your child, because you want to make sure that your child is following the right path, you need to be in the position to be able to articulate your thought process to them in a way which a friend would not. Right? That is why parents need to be parents and friends need to be friends. We can move to the next slide, Komal.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do is there's a little quick game that we're going to do is there's a scenario that's written down on the slide. It's going to have three options. Let's try and choose. There could be one right answer or there could be two right answers as well. So let's go through that. So that will kind of give us an understanding of what we just spoke about, being a parent versus being a friend. Yes, let's go ahead. Komal, you could have all the three options in place.
Okay, let's flash all the three options. Yeah. So you get 30 seconds to respond in the chat box as A, B, or C. Okay, so Myra Khattar says B.
Okay.
Most of them are responding and they're writing B in the chat box.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got majority of the answers as B.
Great. Great. So I have a very quick reflective question on this. What might happen if, you never hold your child accountable for their schoolwork or their responsibilities? What would happen? As a scenario now and as a scenario, how would that lead to in the future? Y'all can write your answers or y'all could even say it out loud. I will repeat my question. What might happen if you never hold your child or your teen accountable for their schoolwork or their responsibilities? And these responsibilities could also mean responsibilities at home.
Mr. Tran, would you like to answer? Okay, we have someone responding. Sorry.
They may not learn the importance of taking the responsibility.
Okay.
Causing them to be careless and irresponsible.
So what happens if we are careless and irresponsible? What would that lead to? Okay, we have somebody saying they will take us for granted. Okay.
It can also cause them to be like they would not complete any work on time and they would leave their stuff. They would take all their stuff for granted, etc., etc.
Okay. All right. In future, they will not be confident. Okay. All right. Great. Thank you. Komal, we can move to, okay, we have somebody never learned to be responsible and the acceptance of failure, because their own action might be a big shock for them. All right, inferiority complex, yes. So it's about the future. So parents, when we are trying to communicate with our children or with our teens, it's very important that we try to foresee the future as to the kind of parenting that we undertake or the way we respond to them is going to have its effects slowly built up towards the future. And considering now the considering the 21st century and considering how things are so different, they were not as how when y'all grew up, or how, when the generation after you grew up. It's completely different, and generation now evolves every 5 years. So it's very important to make sure that the way you're interacting with your child is thoughtful. It might sound like a lot of work, but if that work is put in now, your involvement plays the most crucial part in your child's development. Be it, and this goes, and this is not just restricted till your child just being 5 years, 7 years. This goes up till your child is a teen as well. We can go to the next one, Komal.
Yes. Okay, so your teen wants to borrow the car but hasn't completed their chores or earned your trust. So what do? You have three options, A, B, and C. Okay, so we have option B in the chat box. You refuse politely. Okay, again, we have majority of our answers coming as B.
Okay. What if somebody did the C option? Can we talk about that? What if the keys were just taken and nothing was said? What would that lead to?
Then the child would think that their parents would be so controlling and instead be rebellious and take the car keys without their permission and go into an accident, etc.
Okay, all right. What else? Can we have some answers from the parents?
Mr. Hitesh had raised his hand.
I've,
let-
I've actually put it in the chat box, but I think it's really important for kids to know that being a part of life means doing the work of life. A lot of kids, especially, kids who grew up with a lot of wealth, don't understand that. That the work of life is really important, and in fact, it's what gives meaning, purpose, and in the end, happiness to the self.
Right. So it also helps enhance, like when the parent just takes away the car keys and just says nothing and just moves out, it kind of leaves the child also in the dilemma. They don't know what to expect. So in the future, when they have made a mistake like that and they receive a response which is drastic, where somebody's confronting them, they would not be able to take on confrontations. It would become very difficult for them to be able to also have a point of view later on. Great, perfect. I think we can go to the next one.
So this is your scenario 3. So what do you think your response in such a situation would be? Would it be A, B, or C? Let's get your responses in the chat box. Okay, B. So we have B again, Miss Pallavi.
Right.
Yes, you're all typing B.
Yes, yes. So set clear consequences, like grounding them while explaining why trust and boundaries are important. It's very crucial that this is also discussed prior with your teens or your children, not when they have, when the situation has arisen. You don't just set the consequence at that time. So there are these certain things that you always speak with your child prior, right? Because for them, if you set it at the time the incident has happened and you suddenly come up with a consequence that, okay, this is your consequence, it's going to create a trust mistrust scenario. They are also going to start feeling that, okay, I have made a mistake, but this was not accounted for. I didn't know this was going to happen. So they were not pre-informed, which kind of then leads to a lot of anxiety in your teen or in your child. So it's always better to have very clear communication about various details, be it certain responsibilities that you make sure that you want them to do, certain things that you discuss with them prior. It's more about a discussion rather than enforcing it. When you're also setting consequences or boundaries, make sure it's a discussion and not an enforcement. Because when it's an enforcement, it's not going to be taken very kindly. Great.
Pallavi, can I just share something that I used a lot of when my son was growing up? And I always tell Drish, thank God you turned out to be so great, because then I can actually give some parenting gyan. When I'd open my mouth, my son would say, "Yeah, Mama, I know you're going to be cruel to be kind." So I think one of the things I'd always ask parents to do, especially the parent who said she'd use helicopter parenting as a style, is to always think about what's in the best long-term interest of my child, not the short term.
Right. Right. Great. Great. Thank you for that insight. Do we have any further questions or discussions regarding this? If not, then we move to the next area. All right, great. Okay, so importance of setting boundaries for children. Before I go ahead, what does a boundary mean?
Myra has raised her hand.
Yes. Yes, Myra.
So for me, because I'm just going to share my perspective, is that boundaries, mostly people consider it as like a negative aspect because it's blocking you to expand your horizons. But in terms of parenting, in terms of, learning life lessons, boundaries actually save you from going to the wrong path. Now imagine you're surrounded by sand, there's a boundary, and there's a long, vast ocean that feels like it's never going to end, and you're not supposed to enter that ocean. And even if somebody pushes you, that boundary will help you. So if you think it metaphorically, boundaries can protect you, especially in this case, because we're talking about parenting and life lessons. So I feel this is the beauty of boundaries. And the beauty of perspective is how you consider it, the way you consider it as like positive or negative. For me, it's positive. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Myra. Yes, can we have some more answers? What does boundary mean? And to add on to Myra, do you consider it negative or positive?
Mr. Hitesh Paswani has raised his hand.
Yes, please.
Yeah, according to me, it depends on the age of the child. Right now, my daughter is 10. So for me, like whenever she wants to saw some content, so and I believe it is not suitable for her to watch right now at this stage. So I strictly say no, you are not going to watch now. You may watch later on your age. I said those boundaries. Sometimes she want to play games constantly. So I believe on that time I suggest that you have already almost used your screen time of today. So you have to do some other activities like you can do craft, drawing, or some other things. So it depends on it. Now, when she grows up, like when she will be in the age of 14 to 16, so her boundaries will be changed. It- so it depends on the age of the like what exactly the child's age, and so we will set the boundaries accordingly.
Right, right. Great. Thank you. Can you all tell me how boundaries can help build a healthy relationship?
Yeah. We also have Miss Chandni raise her hand.
Okay. Sorry, I cannot see that here. Thank you, Komal, for letting me know that. Yes, yes.
Hi.
Yes.
So I just wanted to add to Myra as well as Mr. Hitesh over here. So let's consider the example of a kite, right? So when let the kite fly high in the sky, it is really flying and it is sailing through the sky. But there is someone who has the control. That is exactly what boundary is. That the child should know, what is good, what is bad. They should know the limitations, that this is my limit. I cannot go beyond that. But that doesn't mean that they should be scared to explore. The exploration is important. Otherwise, they will never be able to understand the nuances of life. So I always believe in this, like whenever someone asks me, like, how would you want to be with your child? So I'm the, like in Hindi, ke main doru aur wo patang hai. It's like that. So
Right.
yeah.
Right, right. So, yes, when we have boundaries, it depends whether one wants to portray it in a manner that is going to help you stop, because it's very important to know when to stop uh, and where to stop. Once that clarity comes in, before you're going to ever start something, it's very important to know when to stop, because that is where it helps you to move yourself forward. So when I say a boundary helps you to build a healthy relationship, it comes from the aspect that not every relationship in your life is going to be at the same plateau, right? It's going to be all at different levels. And when relationships are at different levels, uh, especially a parental relationship, the adult guidance is needed at many crucial moments, right? And when we are able to establish that, we are able to give our child the ability to recognize the importance of respectful relationship, that distinction. When we are able to establish that distinction, they are able to have balanced relationships when they get older. So whenever you're setting a boundary, and a boundary doesn't always have to be a strict one, it can definitely be flexible based on the situation. So create boundaries, but make sure you're flexible, and these boundaries move and change as per your child's age as well, right? So that's where your friendly relationship comes in, right? That's where you uh, sit down, you discuss, you don't confront, but you have a discussion with them, which invariably helps them understand that not every uh, difficulty leads to an argument, or not every difficulty or a disagreement can lead to an argument, or there will be a full stop to that. That a situation can be discussed in a healthy manner, but having certain boundaries in place. Moving further on, it also helps facilitate healthy emotional detachment. When we set a boundary as a parent, there's something which is called an emotional detachment, which allows us to take rational decisions, right? That is why they say a lot of times, when we take a decisions out of emotions, uh, it doesn't really land us in the right place. That is why there is something which is called rational decisions. That is why when we spoke about the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala, where for the teens the amygdala gets developed is developing faster than the prefrontal cortex, because the development takes through from the back to the front. That is where the teen finds it difficult to take rational decisions, and that's where the parent steps in, to be able to guide them through those decisions more objectively, more rationally, rather than it being more emotionally driven. And that is why when you set a boundary, it's very important that you facilitate that detachment. And in the long run, your child is then able to create their own decisions rather than you having to protect them at all times. And of course, it ensures safety and protection. That goes without saying. You're able to navigate through difficult choices more effectively, because then you are in a position to think about what is right, what is wrong, and in the long-term perspective.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Pallavi, for all the information, for everything that you have shared with our parents today. I think they've had a lot to take back with them. So that brings us to the end of part 2 of the Parenting Playbook. A huge thank you to each of you for your participation and thoughtful discussions. A special thank you to Miss Pallavi Joshi Shah for sharing her expertise with us. Parenting is a journey, and the more we understand, reflect, and apply, the stronger our relationships with our children become. If anyone would like to get in touch with Miss Pallavi Joshi Shah for guidance on parenting or any special needs support, her contact details are provided on the slide. We hope to see you again in future discussions. Take care and happy parenting.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. I hope to get in touch with you all soon. And good luck. Good luck with what you all are doing, and good luck to your children as well. Thank you.
I would just like to say, I would just like to say thank you so much for making my Saturday morning so productive.
That's very kind of you, Myra. Thank you so much.